Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to scrapbook a layout of my daughter when she was in high school, her senior year, one of the formal dances she went to. She is now in college and about to graduate this year in December, and it's kind of fun to go back and scrapbook her memories of high school. I am not caught up, I am behind, and that's okay. So this is a picture of her and her boyfriend at the time, now fiance. And she is wearing a formal dress that has blue and pink in it. And that's going to kind of be some of the accent colors you're going to see in this layout. So I took that live, love, life, laugh paper and I backed it with pink. So I just put a border all around it with a nice pink cardstock that matched the pink in her dress. And then I created this really pretty blue mat using cardstock around both of the photos. Now, it bothered me to no end. These are obviously pictures taken at the dance with that red background. That's kind of the prom background. It is not great quality pictures. It is not a great background. They're not centered. It's a red background. She has a blue and pink dress. There are so many things that you just want to scream about, but I've decided I'm going to ignore the red. It's as if it's not there. And I'm going to go with the blue and the pink and kind of move through this as part of my process. So you're seeing me here kind of try to tape down that picture. I am taking some fun foam on the picture on the left, so it is raised up a little bit, and I think that helps kind of give some accents to one of the pictures. The picture that I'm raising up, you'll notice that they have kind of the selfie sticks, and that's not really what they're called, the props that you can use, the camera, the mustaches, and I think that is just so cute. So I raised that one up to give that picture a little bit of accent. This felt black lace tape. I really thought kind of went with the mood of the formal pictures, the formal dance. But because I love those words so much and I love the graphic nature of the words, I didn't want to cover it up on the bottom. But I did want to kind of create a place for the title. So I ended up taking a 12-inch strip of that lace and putting it up top and creating a location that I can just anchor the title on the top of the page. So I'm happy with how that turned out to allow the title to have a place to sit. So this is the base page, and I think it's basically ready to kind of start embellishing and adding a title. So I'm going to go to the Felicity Jane rubber pieces. And I don't remember which kit they were in, but I have almost the entire set left. One of the things I've learned about myself is that I hoard embellishments. So if I get a kit like this that I just absolutely love, instead of putting it on a couple of layouts, I will be stingy and just use a couple of pieces on one layout, and then so I have some later, and then I will really struggle to use them because I don't want to use them up. And I think what we've all learned is we should use them, that we are going to end up with baskets and tubs and drawers full of all these embellishments that we loved so much that are never on layouts and no one is ever looking at. So if you take anything away from my video today, I hope you take the use it. Use it because you love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a bunch of embellishments on a page if you love them. And there's no reason to hoard them in a drawer. Put them on a page so that people can see them when they look at your pages. So the other thing you're seeing, and you just saw me cut, is I have waited for 5 or 6 years to use these mustaches. I got these mustaches at Hobby Lobby. They are sequence mustaches. I got them during the time when everyone was saying, I must ask you a question. And it was real popular, and Hobby Lobby had a whole set of mustache-themed items. And I thought these were the cutest little sequins I had ever seen. And I had no idea when I would ever use them. And all of a sudden, here comes a layout where my daughter's holding a mustache up to her face, and I am going to use the mustache sequence, and I was so excited. Now, you're about to see the beginning of what I consider the worst part of this whole layout, and that is the title. I know I want to say strike a pose. I think that goes with the theme of what they're doing. I think it's cute. But for some reason, I want to use black letters. And you know, if you're watching this video, because you can tell, it's a black and white background. Why would you use black letters? Why wouldn't you find pink letters? It doesn't make any sense. Silver, anything that would stand out. I had in my head that I wanted to use black letters, so after those first font didn't work because it was too big, I'm going to find another font and I'm going to spell out strike a pose with black letters. And you're going to see that you can just barely read the words strike a pose. Sometimes that happens. You know, a lot of times we listen to the videos and you'll hear them say, oh, it looks better in person, or it doesn't show up so well on camera, but in person you can tell. I'm going to tell you, it didn't look better in person. It looked like black on black. Wasn't a great idea. In hindsight, I wish I had found pink. I wish I had colored something pink, or even taken my Cricut and cut out strike a pose from letters, but I didn't. So instead, I'm going to use these black letters. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't ruin it. I'm not trying to make any design teams here. I'm just trying to make a page, and it does say exactly what I wanted it to, which is strike a pose. I do like having that lace up there to anchor it, and I love having the two mustaches on the either side. So there's a lot about the title that I really like. I just am not loving the fact that I chose to do it in a color that it doesn't stand out. So I'm adhering those sequence mustaches, and they're old and they're from Hobby Lobby, and I probably should have added extra glue to them. I didn't. I will probably go back and add a little bit more adhesive before I put them in the sleeves. I do stack my pages up into a drawer, and then because I don't scrapbook chronologically, obviously. This is from 2015. And I just get a whole stack and then I put them in albums kind of 1 or 2 months at a time. So probably before I put them in an album, I will add some extra glue onto those mustaches just to make sure they don't fall. They are sort of heavy as well. There's nothing wrong with just adding a little extra adhesive there to make sure things like that are heavy stay on your page. Same kind of goes for these rubber embellishments from Felicity Jane. They are pretty heavy. The other thing I will say is I have tried to put them through a Xyron, but because of the way they're rubber, going through a Xyron, it doesn't really work. So I do recommend using a liquid adhesive. I have been using Tombow lately. You'll see it right there in frame. And it seems to be working. I've tried fine line bottles, I've tried Scotch, I've tried some different adhesives, and it seems to be the one that's working the best for me. Now, I have heard if you live in a humid area, you know, the adhesives are a little bit different. I don't live somewhere that's that humid, so it's not so bad where we are. So I'm adhering all of the hearts and the rubber pieces and the mustaches and kind of getting the page ready. And now I'm going to do something that at the time seemed like a great idea. I'm going to take a white gel pen and I'm going to outline the title. So I'm going to take the time to outline all of the words, strike a pose, all the letters in white so that we can see the words better. But as you can tell, and as I could tell, even as I was doing it, but I did not give up. Because I have a black and white background, I have now created black and white letters. I just made them blend in more. So it didn't really help it too much, but at least I persevered and did every letter. So now I have a strike a pose. It does look really cool in person, and I think if it was on just the pink, it would have been a really cool title. So the only thing this page is really missing at this point is some journaling. And at the bottom, I really want to add some journaling. I toyed with using this 3x4 pocket card with the red in it. And I thought, oh, I'll make a fishtail banner. And I cut that thing so poorly, I ended up just throwing it away and wasting that XO paper. Ended up going back to Felicity Jane. And one of the things I love about the Felicity Jane kits is it's a lot of graphics with black and white. So it's really good for journaling cards or for accent pieces. And I do my journaling, and you see my mouse with my roller ball has appeared in frame. I had to search Facebook and search my online storage of photos to try to remember exactly when this was. And at the end of the day, I couldn't find a date. I figured out it was October of 2015, and that's as close as I got. So I'm just going to be okay with that and move on. The final thing I'm going to add to this page is some sequins. I did subscribe to the swag bag from Paper Issues for a few months, I think for 6 months. And in a lot of those bags came sequins sets. I am not a big sequins user just because I don't really know how to use them. But I remember that there were these really pretty pink hearts in the February kit, and it just worked perfectly on the bottom of the page. So I take the Tombow and I'm going to glue down those kind of in a random scatter on the bottom just to add a little bit of accent. And that's going to be my page complete. I'm going to move that mouse over now so you can see the page again. So I really do enjoy how it turned out, except for that title, and it's still bothering me. So I will tell you that after the page kind of sat in my drawer of layouts for a while, I decided to go back and see if there was anything I could do to fix the title. So I got out a gel pen that I had that was pink, and I went back over all of those letters again with a pink gel pen. And when I hit the P in Pose, it started to run out. But as you can tell, I think it turned out better with the strike of Pose in pink. It adds a little bit of variation. So I'm showing you a few up closes of the page, and I really hope you enjoyed this page. I really liked putting it together. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Have a great day.